れ式で俺を殺せると思ってやがる。助けなんだいらねえよ。俺は白ひげだ。
My Hero Academia Chapter 320 showed what everyone feels about Deku, and everyone just like exploded their emotion towards him and how do they feel about him, and how it's their time now to save Deku. Hey everyone, it's the Manga Viewer, and today we'll be talking about what will happen in My Hero Academia Chapter 321. So without further ado, let's get on. I want to remind you this is a spoiler video, so if you aren't caught up with the manga, proceed with your own caution, you have been warned. And if you enjoy my content, feel free to join the channel. Alright, without further ado, let's get on. So we saw the latest chapter, a lot of important Easter eggs that a lot of you guys have probably forgotten or didn't pay enough attention to. When Class 1A actually went up against Deku, we saw Bakugo saying that they know that Deku have more quirks now from the 4th user to the 6th user, meaning they don't know anything about the 2nd and the 3rd user quirk. What they do know about is the Black Whip quirk, the Smokescreen quirk, and the Danger Sense quirk. They don't know that Deku have unlocked all the 6 quirk of One For All, and now that he's capable of using any of them. Now of course, he can't use them at full 100% because he haven't spent enough time training, but still, that's still a last resort measure that I think Deku will use to get away from Class 1A. Now, another cool detail that you guys probably haven't paid attention to, before the last panel, the chapter shows a car coming in the way of the ice-piercing wall that Todoroki created. If you don't know what that car is, it's probably All Might's car, like we already know it, we already know Hercules, he's like one of the main characters now. But yeah, now that we know that this information is out, we have to pay a really cool attention to the next chapter because it will probably show us what is the other perspectives of Class 1A, and, you know, Tsuyo and the others trying their best to restrain Deku. Now, probably like the most ultimate chance or like percentage of this chapter, the next chapter, it will be probably Deku escaping from Class 1A using the 3rd or the 2nd user quirk, which is Fusion. I have a really high possibility that he's going to use that, based on the last fight that he used it with Lady Nagant, when he used it to break out of the building and destroy the huge portion of it. So I think he can use it right now, like him charging his body up inside the ice, or like maybe before that, and then using Fusion to destroy the eye-piercing wall, or just using like 5% of One For All to destroy it, will both be fine, I think. Another cool possibility is that after Tsuyo and the others restrain him, All Might will come in and be like, Deku, what are you doing? Why have you escaped? And I think that would be a really cool concept to see All Might and Deku reunite again and them talking things out. Maybe All Might will start to tell Deku that he once went alone and things didn't end up well. Maybe this meeting of All Might, like again meeting Deku, is scheduled by Bakugo himself. We know that Bakugo understands Deku and All Might the most, since, you know, he knows that they put their lives on the line no matter what. So he probably asked All Might to, like, you know what, we are going against Deku. We want you to arrive at this time maybe and, you know, explain your things to Deku, or like try to talk things out of him. Maybe Bakugo will like arrive on top of Deku and, you know, start telling him and arguing with him that, hey, you have to get back. but I think there's like a high possibility chance that Deku is going to clap the whole Class 1A, which is, you know, possible. It's really possible. He have 6 quirks. He have like about 50% of One For All that he can use freely, so I think he can do that. And not that by clapping, I don't mean like hurting them, but like escaping from them before All For One arrives. Maybe if they restrain him, and, you know, don't allow him to move, maybe All For One or like some of All For One enemies will arrive and, you know, corner the whole area. Which is actually, like, if you go back to my older videos, I predicted that Class 1A will go up against Deku, and there where the ultimate battle will occur. Maybe they will tell him, like, Bakugo will like catch him and tell him, hey man, if you're going, we are going with you. Like, that's not happening, because now that Bakugo is becoming a better character and, you know, his personality is changing to the good, I think he understands Deku the most by Deku trying like to separate himself from everyone, not because he's thinking that everyone is better than him, but because he doesn't want to get anyone hurt. Unlike Bakugo, who separated himself from everyone first to show like he's better than everyone, but then understood that he actually is not the best one. There's more people better than him, and then his character started to change. So I think that's a really cool psychological thing that Horikoshi is trying to show us. And yeah, I think that the whole chapter will be about Class 1A. We will see, you know, Todoroki and Bakugo go up against Deku and try to convince him, since, you know, they conclude the big 3. And All Might arriving, maybe we'll see Endeavor and the other pro heroes arriving with them to showcase what exactly is going on. Also, another cool thing that I'd like to address, as I said in my last video, that My Hero Academia is definitely ending really fast. It's accelerating a bit much, you know, and I'm not trying to say like Horikoshi's rushing it or anything, but I think he's saying that it's ending very soon is a high indication that this is actually happening. So anyway, what's the conclusion of this battle? As I said, if Deku runs away and tries to run away, Class 1A will come after him. Maybe after that an explosion will happen, separating both of them altogether. And, you know, Deku getting trapped by All For One as he's the mastermind of prediction. And a lot of people think that I'm All For One because I like to predict something, but no, that's not correct, of course. But it's a really cool thing to see if that will actually happen. Like, All For One knows that Deku cares about everyone. He wants to separate himself from everyone so that he can have Deku by his own. But we have another cool detail that I think a lot of people didn't pay attention to, is that Deku have a strong will. And to focus on that a bit, One For All cannot get stolen, right? And what if All For One is trying to steal it? He needs a stronger will to steal One For All, which can be found by like Shigaraki and stuff. But since Deku is now having a strong will, I don't think that Horikoshi wrote this sentence just out of like curiosity and something like that. I think he wrote it on purpose to show that Deku's will is so strong, even stronger than before, to showcase that One For All might not get stolen even if Deku like separate himself from everyone. I think that's a really cool detail to see, and I'm really excited to see what's going to happen next. As I said, there might be a couple of possibilities. All For One interfering while Deku is trapped in the ice, and with Class 1A trying to, you know, stop him. Maybe Deku escaping and, you know, All For One catching him in the process, or trapping him and separating him from Class 1A, or Deku escaping and Class 1A getting knocked out all the same. Another cool thing that I said is that the pro heroes and All Might, like probably All Might coming in and, you know, heading toward Deku and tries to, you know, talk things out of him. Maybe, and that's a really, like, you know, not nice thing, and I don't want it to happen, but I think it's, you know, a detail or an Easter egg that might happen. Maybe as All Might is arriving toward Deku and walking towards him, maybe like an assassin or something will try to, you know, sniper All Might so that Deku can lose it. And, you know, before that happens, Deku might actually like destroy the assassin. But I highly doubt that that will happen actually, since, you know, Deku have Danger Sense quirk, and his Danger Sense quirk have probably evolved and got much stronger, but we'll just have to wait and see. I just think that's a really cool possibility. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you enjoy my content, feel free to thumbs up this video, or follow me on Twitter for the translated summaries. I have been the Manga Viewer, and I'll see you all next time.